Disclaimer: this is an imaginary story. Please don't relate it with any idol or any other person. It's nothing related to anyone's life. It's pure work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. Whatever pics are shown in this story, they all have been taken from Google and Pinterest. The credit for them goes to their real owner. Storyline and voice are mine, so please don't copy that. The grand hall was filled with expensive perfume, fake smiles, and loud laughter. Crystal chandeliers shined brightly above everyone's head, while the rich elite continued enjoying the family function as if nothing in this world could ever go wrong for them. But in the middle of all that crowd, one man was helping children to get the food and drinks. He was feeding toddlers their meal while playing with them. Mrs. Kang tapped Mrs. Min's shoulder. Mrs. Min? Mrs. Min, yes. Mrs. Kang pointed towards Jimin. Who is that boy playing with the kids and helping them? Mrs. Choi. Yes, I noticed him for the first time too. He looks so handsome. He speaks so politely and seems to love children a lot. Mrs. Kang, my daughter is single. I was thinking of introducing him to her. Mrs. Choi, by the way, what's his name? What does he do? Who all are in his family? Tell us. Mrs. Min, well, actually, he isn't someone important enough to introduce to all of you. Don't pay attention to him and just enjoy the party. Mrs. Kang, if he isn't important, then what is he doing at this party? And if you don't want to introduce us to him, that's fine. We will go and meet him ourselves. Mrs. Lee, how will she even introduce him to you? What happened, Mrs. Min? Don't have the courage to tell the truth? Fine, then let me make your job easier. Looked at Jimin and called him. Jimin, come here. Jimin walked over and bowed politely. Yes, aunt. Did you need something? Mrs. Lee fake smiled. No, son. Traced her hand gently over Jimin's face. Everyone wanted to meet you, so I called you here. Looked at Mrs. Kang and Mrs. Choi. Well then, meet him. This is Park Jimin. Oops, sorry, my bad. Min Jimin, husband of Mr. and Mrs. Min's only son, Min Jungi. The moment they heard this, everyone present there was stunned. It felt as if they had heard something unbelievable. They couldn't believe their ears. Mrs. Kang, husband of Min Jungi? But wasn't Jungi supposed to marry your daughter Sana? Mrs. Lee, yeah, their engagement was fixed, but then Jungi went abroad for work and came back with Jimin. Maybe my daughter wasn't enough for Jungi. That's why he chose Jimin over her. Anyways, that's all in the past now. I have already forgotten about it, and my daughter has long moved on her life. Besides, Jimin is quite beautiful too, isn't he? Mrs. Chui looked angrily at Mrs. Min. What are we hearing? Your son married another man and you accepted it too. How? A man marrying another man is a sin. Mrs. Kang, This is against nature. Even animal have enough sense not to stay with the same gender. So did your son not even have that much understanding? This is a crime. Mrs. Lee, oh come on everyone. That's such an outdated way of thinking. Jungi is a modern man. Gender doesn't matter to him nowadays. All this is normal. This happens all the time abroad. Mrs. Choi, maybe it happens abroad but not here. Looked at Mrs. Min. Mrs. Min, how could you allow this? Fine, Jungi might be immature and got carried away by love, but your voice and always stay connected to your values. You always used to say your Jungi was full of moral and always did the right thing. Then, what is all this? Mrs. Min grabbed Jimin's arm tightly. I told you to not to come here, didn't I? Then why did you come? Did you come here to make a mockery of my respect in front of everyone? Was humiliating our family not enough for you that you shamelessly showed up here too? Listen to the kind things of people are saying because of you. The same people who never even dared to raise their eyes in front of me are now questioning me, pointing fingers at my upbringing because of you. Jimin looked at her with teary eyes. I'm sorry, Mom. I didn't want to come here, but Yoongi. Mrs. Min, why do you keep saying Yoongi, Yoongi all the time? Did he drag you here forcefully? And if you were really that innocent, then you should have stepped back before things reached this point. Mrs. Lee removed Mrs. Min's hand from Jimin's arm. Mrs. Min, you are unnecessarily getting mad at this poor boy. How is it his fault if Yoongi married him? I'm sure this poor thing must have tried to refuse Yoongi. Just look at his innocent face. He could never do anything wrong. Mrs. Min, Mrs. Lee, don't be fooled by his innocent face. The more innocent he looks at, the sweeter his voice sounds, the more cunning he actually is. He trapped my son and manipulated him into marrying him. Otherwise, my Yoongi could never have done something like this. I don't know what kind of spell the cast of my son that he doesn't listen to us anymore. He has ruined not only my son's life but our entire family's future. He ended our bloodline. I had so many dreams about my grandchildren, but now all those dreams will remain just dreams. My poor Yoongi will never become a father. This bird destroyed his family before it could even begin. Who will take care of our company, our house, our property, our wealth in the future? Who will carry Yoongi's name forward now? He never thought about any of this. Mrs. Lee, Mrs. Min, you are thinking too far ahead. I'm sure they must have thought about all this before getting married. Looked at Jimin, right, Jimin? You both must have thought about children too. Mrs. Kang, they married each other, but how will they have children? Men don't have uterus or ovaries. No matter how much science progressed, some things can never change. A man marrying another man is a sin. Only a woman can continue a family line. Mrs. Joey, how shameless is he? Even after committing such a huge sin, he is happily attending a family function. Aren't you ashamed at all? How can someone be this shameless? Jimin didn't reply to any of them. Their words pierced his heart like knives. Tears filled his eyes and he quietly walked away from there. Yoongi was talking with his friends when he saw Jimin wiping his tears while leaving. He immediately walked towards him and held his hand. Yoongi, Jimin, where are you going? And what is this? Are you crying? Did someone say something to you? Jimin quietly wiped his tears and looked at him. No, actually, I was playing with the kids, so I got emotional. I'm going home. I'm not feeling well. Yoongi looked into Jimin's eyes and understood everything immediately. He never needed words to understand Jimin's heart. He held Jimin's hand and took him towards his mother. Jimin kept requesting him to stop, but Yoongi didn't listen even once. Yoongi, who dared to hurt my husband? Who had the courage to bring tears into my husband's eyes? Mrs. Chui, look at him. Even after committing such a huge sin, he is questioning us. Yoongi, what sin did we commit? Mrs. Kang, the thief himself is scolding the guard. How dare you question us instant? Yoongi, just like you dare to hurt my husband. Mrs. Chui, what's with all this? My husband, this is a sin. Both of you committed a crime by getting married. This is against nature. Mrs. Kang, God will definitely punish you. Be prepared to face his wrath. This boy is a curse upon your entire family and bloodline. Stay away from him. Yoongi shouted, enough of your nonsense. We are listening to your rubbish only because you are older than us. But that doesn't mean you can say whatever comes to your mouth. This boy is standing here quietly listening to all your insults only because his values are far better than yours. I never gave anyone the right to comment on my personal life. And what sin are you even talking about? I loved this man and married him. What's wrong with that? Even the law has accepted our marriage. Now, if we are ones who have to spend our life together, then why are all of you so worried about it? Who are you people to point fingers at our relationship? Looked at Mrs. Kang. When God didn't punish you for marrying your daughter to a man twice her age, then why would he punish us? Looked at Mrs. Choi. And when God didn't punish you for taking over your husband's property and sending his parents to an old age home, then why would he punish us? We only loved each other. At least I never betrayed anyone. I married the person I love. What's wrong with that? And whatever happens in the future, we both will handle it in our own way. None of you need to worry about us. And one more thing, both of us got married. So if you want to say something, then say it to both of us instead of blaming only Jimin. And when you don't know the truth about something, don't try to interfere in it. That will be better for all of you. Let's go, Jimin. Yoongi left with Jimin. The same people who were mocking Jimin, insulting him, and pointing fingers at him just moments ago couldn't even gather the courage to speak in front of Yoongi anymore. Note: all these taunts were taken from the comment section of same gender couple short videos. The couple in those videos were foreigner and the comments were written in different language. I use the translate into English option to read them. So even today, many people in our so-called society are still not ready to accept same-gender couples. Even after laws change, mindsets often don't. Time skipped in the morning. Yungi moved his hand across the bed, but Jimin wasn't there. He slowly opened his eyes and looked around the room. Then he heard soft sobbing coming from the washroom. The door was locked from inside. Yungi immediately walked towards it and knocked. Yungi, Jimin, open the door. Jimin tried to sound normal. Use the other washroom. It will take time. Yungi, I don't need to use the washroom. Just open the door. Jimin, I can't open it. Yungi, fine. Then I will break it. Open. Yungi broke the door and found Jimin sitting on the bathroom floor, stuffing a towel into his mouth to suppress his sobs. He was crying non-stop. Yungi immediately rushed to him and pulled him into his embrace. Yungi threw the towel away. What are you doing? What happened? Jimin hugged him tightly. I ruined your life. We should never have done this. We committed a huge sin. Our relationship is against nature. This isn't right. Yungi, you took all their words to your heart. We already knew we would hear things like this from people. I know how painful all this is for you, but why do you care so much? Let people say whatever they want. Their words can't change anything. You didn't ruin anything. If I had married a woman, I would never have been able to keep her happy. If I didn't even have feelings for her, then how would that relationship survive? We didn't do anything wrong. Even if the whole world stands against you, I will never leave your side. Even the law has accepted our relationship now. Slowly, society will accept it too. Don't lose hope. Jimin looked at him. How am I supposed to not lose hope? Why can't they accept us? What wrong have we ever done? For the past 3 years, we have been trying to become parents through adoption and IVF surrogacy. In these 3 years, we tried countless IVFs, but not even one succeeded. And the ones that did succeeded barely survived for 2 months. This is such a long waiting line for adoption that our turn never even comes. Isn't all this a sign that maybe we really did commit a sin? Maybe God is punishing us for it? Yungi, none of that is true. Right now, you are overwhelmed. That's why you are thinking like this. It's okay. Even if we can never become parents, we are enough for each other. Stop thinking that God is punishing us, because that's not true. We never lied to anyone, never hurt anyone, never betrayed anyone, never broke someone's trust. If we didn't do anything wrong, then why would God punish us? And if our relationship was truly against nature, then this relationship would never have existed in the first place, because isn't God the one guiding us all? We are nothing but puppets in His hands. Everything happens according to His will. Nothing can happen against Him. So stop blaming yourself. Cupped his face gently. Don't you believe me? Don't you trust our love? Don't you? Suddenly Yungi's mobile rang. He walked into the room and answered the call. It was the doctor asking both him and Jimin to come to the hospital immediately. Time skipped at next day. The two of them immediately took a flight to the USA to meet their doctor. Both of them were sitting in front of Dr. Jin, who had been handling their IVF process for the past 3 years. He was busy talking on a call. The moment he disconnected the call, Yungi spoke. Yungi, what happened, Dr. Jin? Why did you call us here so urgently? You didn't even explain anything on the phone. Do you know how worried we got? Jimin, with a heavy heart, did you call us here just to tell us that the IVF failed once again? Honestly, I have gotten used to hearing this news now. There is nothing new in this anymore. Maybe God truly doesn't want us to experience the happiness of having children. That's why this keep happening again and again. I'm tired now. I have lost all hope. We are just wasting our money, time, and energy here. Maybe our fate itself is cursed. Dr. Jin, how many children do you want? Jimin, what do you mean? Dr. Jin, I mean you don't need to waste your more money on IVF anymore. Yungi, Dr. Jin, what exactly are you trying to say? Please speak clearly. We aren't understanding anything. Jin, I have good news for both of you. Yungi, what kind of good news? Jin, congratulations, both of you are going to become parents of twins very soon. Jimin, shocked, unable to understand his ears. What? Looked at Yungi. Yungi, I think something's wrong with my ears. I feel like I just heard that we are going to become parents of twins very soon. Yungi held Jimin's hand tightly. That's exactly what the doctor said. Jin, first of all, I'm sorry for hiding this from both of you. Actually, I watched both of you break down every single time the IVF failed. So, when this time we finally succeeded, I didn't want to tell you until the pregnancy became completely safe. I didn't want both of you to shudder again if something went wrong this time too. Now, the 3 months are completed and the pregnancy is fully stable. Both of your babies are perfectly healthy. There is no danger to them anymore. Note, a doctor can't legally do something like this in real life. Hiding an IVF pregnancy from the intended parents is considered a serious medical offense and can even lead the cancellation of a doctor's license. Here, Dr. Jin is portrayed more like a family member, which is why he hid the news to protect Yunmin from getting hurt again emotionally. Dr. Jin, I have one more good news for both of you. Jimin, eyes filled with shining tears. What? What could possibly be bigger than this? Dr. Jin, both of the twins are biologically yours. Yungi, of course they are ours. Dr. Jin, no, you aren't understanding me. I mean, both babies were created using both of your samples. Jimin, shocked. What? You mixed our. Dr. Jin, no. I know both of you must have many questions right now, so let me explain everything properly. Your IVF cycles kept failing because neither of your sample alone was helping successful fertilization constantly. So this time I used a split cycle IVF procedure. This medical procedure is especially popular and successful among couples like you. In this process, eggs are first taken from a common egg donor. Inside the lab, the eggs are divided into two groups. Half the eggs are fertilized using the top partners. The remaining half are fertilized using the bottom partners. This creates two kinds of embryos in the lab. Some embryos became biologically related to the top partners and some to the bottom partner. Then, when one embryo from each partner is transferred together into the surrogate mother's uterus and both successfully grow, twins are born. Yungi, is something like this really possible? Dr. Jin, absolutely. Your babies themselves are proof of that. Looked at Jimin. What did you say yesterday? That your relationship was against nature? Didn't nature itself answer you now? When we tried created babies separately using each of your samples, we failed every time. But the moment we tried creating embryos using both of your samples together, it becomes successful in just one attempt. Jimin, I still can't believe something like this is actually possible. Thank you so much, Dr. Jin, for giving us such a huge happiness. Jin, this is nothing. I have even bigger news waiting for you. Jungi, what could possibly be bigger than this now? Jimin, Jungi, I feel like I might faint from so much happiness at this point. I don't even understand how I'm supposed to handle all these emotions together. Jin placed his hand on Yungi's shoulder. This is the reward for the patience both of you showed for the last 3 years. Come with me. I will give you the biggest happiness of your life. Note: a split cycle IVF procedure, medically often called split sperm fertilization, is an advanced fertility treatment primarily used for same sex male couples and heterosexual couples. Straight couple facing several main factor infertility. It allows two different sperm samples to fertilize egg from a single donor during one IVF cycle. I learned about this procedure while researching IVF treatments for this story. And yes, one most important thing, this procedure is not available in every country yet. Currently, only a few selected countries and cities legally allow and perform it. For more information, you can research it online. I may be wrong too, so check it yourself. Dr. Jin took Yunmin to the ultrasound room where the surrogate mother was already laying on the bed with a soft smile on her face. Dr. Jin smiled warmly. Jimin, Yungi, take a deep breath and keep your eyes fixed on this screen. I'm about to let you hear the most beautiful sound of your lives, the heartbeats of your babies. Dr. Jin applied some cold gel on the surrogate mother's stomach and slowly moved the ultrasound probe over it. Black and white blurry images started appearing on the screen. Jimin stopped breathing. For a moment, his hands were trembling badly out of fear while Jungi tightly held his hand, silently assuming him that he was there beside him. Dr. Jin pressed a button and suddenly the sound echoed through the silent room, a fast, steady rhythm, thup, 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 thup. It sounded strong and lively, almost like the galloping of a horse. Jimin, trembling as the first tear rolled down his cheeks, Doctor, this was. What was that? Dr. Jin, his own eyes turning teary with happiness. This is your baby's heartbeat, Jimin. 140 beats per minute. Absolutely perfect. Completely healthy. Now listen to your second baby's heartbeat too. Dr. Jin moved the probe slightly alongside the first heartbeat. Another equally strong rhythm joined in. Now two tiny hearts were beating together inside the room. Thup, 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 thup. Dr. Jin, can both of you hear them? Both your babies are perfectly healthy. Now, are you two happy? Yungi, happy? We can't even explain what we are feeling right now. It feels as if you brought life back into two walking corpses. Looked at the surrogate mother. We don't even know how to thank you for this. Jimin, thank you so much for giving our babies a place in your womb. Surrogate mother, there is no need to thank me. You hired me for this work after all. You will pay me. Jimin, the happiness you are about to give us is worth more than money. Thank you so much. Yoongi cupped Jimin's face gently. You said God was punishing us because we committed a sin by getting married. We were desperately longing for even one child, but God gave us two babies. Instant. And that too when we had stopped expecting anything anymore. He didn't punish us, he blessed us in the form of twins. So don't you dare to ever blame yourself again or call our relationship a sin. Pulled Jimin into a tight embrace. Time skipped after 15 months. Yunmin had completely shifted to the USA to live a peaceful life with their children. There, they met many couples like themselves who never judged them. It was evening. The entire living room was a complete mess because of their naughty little devil twin sons, Titi and Cookie. Toys were scattered all over the carpet, clothes were laying on the couch, and water was spilled across the floor. Yunmin looked exhausted. Both of them were completely soaked in water. Yoongi was wiping the water off the floor while Jimin was picking up toys from the carpet. The two of them were parents of twin sons, Titi and Cookie, who were extremely naughty and never stayed in one place. They had only started crawling recently, but they were so fast that catching them felt like doing heavy exercise for Yunmin. The two little devils once again came out of the washroom carrying tiny mugs filled with water and splashed it all over Yunmin before clapping loudly and laughing. Jimin, no! You do soak the carpet again. It will take the whole day to dry now. Yoongi, forget the carpet. They even bathed my phone. Placed his mobile on the table and looked at Teacock, who were laughing and clapping. Why are you two so obsessed with water? Jimin, annoyed, and hit Yoongi. I told you to buy them a baby swimming pool for them, but you didn't listen to me. Now these two turned our whole house into a swimming pool. Yoongi, sorry, before these two destroyed the entire house along with my phone. I will order a baby swimming pool today itself. Jimin looked at the babies. Come here, babies. Let's change your clothes. You will get sick. The moment Jimin tried to catch them, both babies quickly crawled away with their tiny knees. Yunmin immediately ran behind them, trying to catch the little troublemakers. Right now, both Yunmin had changed their clothes and were dressing Titi and cooking Yoongi while making Cookie wear his onesie. Why does this kid hate wearing clothes so much? Dressing him feels like the hardest task in the world. Jimin, thank God Titi isn't like Cookie. He doesn't create drama while wearing clothes, except when it's time to wear his shoes. T. Mum. Jimin, mum, no baby. Say mama. Yoongi, why mama? He will say dada first. Looked at Cookie. Say dada. Dada is easier to pronounce than mama. Cookie, da. Yoongi, very good. Now say dada. If you call me dada, I will buy a new pulsey for you. Jimin, hey, that's cheating. You are bribing him. Yoongi, what bribing? I'm just encouraging my son to say dada. Jimin looked at Cookie. Cookie, I make your milk and dress you too. Call me mama. Yoongi, by this logic, I prepared food for them too, so they should call dada first. Jimin, mama. Yoongi, dada. And here we go again. The two of them started fighting over it. Teacock looked completely done with their parents' behavior. Both babies crawled towards Jimin and stood up with support while touching his face with their tiny hands. T. Mama. Throwing his hands happily in air. Mama. Both Yunmin immediately stopped fighting and looked at Teacock in shock. They couldn't believe their ears. Hearing their baby's first word left them speechless. Jimin, mama? Who called me mama? T. Mama. Yoongi, Titi, you said your first word? Jimin, overwhelmed, hugging Titi tightly. Look, Yoongi, Titi called me mama. His first word was mama, not dada. I win, you lose. Kissed T's face repeatedly. T giggled happily. Mama. Yoongi, sulking. Nobody loves me. I'm leaving. There is no one here I can call my own anymore. I'm going. He started walking towards the door while sulking like a child. Cookie immediately crawled after him while bubbling, trying to call him. Cookie, da. Hearing this, Yoongi froze in his place. His mind went blank. Cookie crawled towards him and tightly hugged his leg while looking up at him with big two eyes. Cookie, da. Yoongi immediately kneeled down. You called me dada? Cookie stood up while holding Yoongi's hands. Dada! Started jumping excitedly. Yoongi hugged him protectively. My son called me dada. Looked at Jimin proudly. Did you hear that? I didn't lose. Cookie's word first is dada, not mama. You lose this time. Jimin walked towards him carrying Titi in his arms. You brat! How dare you to say dada first? Say mama. Cookie hugged Yoongi tightly. Da. Yoongi stood up carrying Cookie in his arms. You can't threaten him. Jimin, this happened because of your bribe. Otherwise, he would definitely see mama first. Yoongi, in your dreams, Cookie's dada's boy. Jimin, oh really? And what do you think? Am I alone? I have Titi. I'm not alone either. Stay with your brat son. I have my good boy. Yoongi, how dare you to call my son a brat? My Cookie isn't a brat. Jimin. He is a brat and greedy too. My TT is a good boy. Once again, both of them started fighting like children while Taekook silently stared at their parents in confusion, unable to understand who the actual babies were, them or Yunmin. Junmin never knew which baby biologically belonged to whom, neither did Jin ever tell them, nor did they ever try to find out. They were simply happy with their complete little family and their two precious sons. Love can never be wrong when two people choose to stay beside each other, even in the hardest phase of life. A relationship that gives space, loyalty, comfort, and strength to someone can never be a sin. Even today, many people still judge same gender couples despite laws accepting their marriage in many countries. But if their love was truly against nature, then nature would never create such feelings inside someone's heart. Science has progressed a lot with time. Today, even same gender couples can become parents of their own children and build a happy family together. Their dreams, emotions, and love are no different from any normal couple. So instead of hating someone for loving differently, let them live peacefully because everyone deserves the right to love, to be loved, and to live happily with the person they choose. Love is never a sin when it is built on loyalty, respect, and genuine care. Society may take time to accept what it does not understand, but true love survives every judgment and humiliation. A family is not defined by gender but by the warmth, sacrifices, and unconditional support shared between hearts. Sometimes life tests people the hardest before blessing them in the most beautiful way. And in the end, love always becomes stronger than hatred, fear, and society's cruel opinions. The end. Author's note. That's it for today. I hope you all liked it. It was the requested story for one shot. I hope I didn't disappoint you. Love has no boundaries. If two people are meant for each other, then gender, language, place, or skin tone, none of it matters. What truly matters is love, loyalty, understanding, and compatibility. People will always judge you no matter what, but if your partner stands by your side, half of your worries already disappear. Getting a supportive partner is truly a blessing. You will definitely receive what is written in your fate sooner or later. Everything comes at the right time. I hope you all enjoyed it. We will meet soon with a new story. Till then, take care of yourself. Love you all. If you like this story, then please do like, subscribe, share, and comment. I assure you that you will never gonna regret on your decision. Thanks for watching.